How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot to talk about in this video. Quite making the rounds is the latest update for PlayStation, breaking one of PlayStation 5's biggest titles. We'll talk about that. Dragon's Dogma 2 has gotten a major update, adding a casual mode. Let's go! For the softies like me, I'm down for a casual mode on that game. Darksiders 2 is getting a PlayStation 5 release as well, and it seems to be a sizable upgrade. We'll talk that at the end of this video, but right off the top, the latest PlayStation 5 system software firmware update has broken Final Fantasy 16. This game is a disaster on PlayStation 5, having black boxes appear as circulating on social media. A lot of people are reporting issues, and now PlayStation and Square Enix has finally responded to the issues. Following recent release of the PlayStation 5 system update, there have been reports of the game crashing and graphical issues. We are currently working with Sony Interactive Entertainment to investigate and sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused. Please await our further updates. Final Fantasy 16 also officially dropped on PC today, so quite a lot of traction around FF16. I get it that on consoles it came out a year ago, but this is a game that a sizable amount of PlayStation guys are still playing. I mean, it's a lengthy game. Echoes of the Fallen and Rising Tide came out, and there was reason that a lot of people are going back. I'm surprised that they haven't done like a complete edition release on consoles yet. They did it on PC, as it dropped on PC today. You can buy the base game and you can buy the complete edition. They haven't done like a complete edition, a Game of the Year edition or whatever, like a re-release on PlayStation 5, which I find a little bit surprising. Final Fantasy 15 got it with the Royal Edition. I imagine that FF16 will get it at some point, but right now, probably not a great time to play the game as it's completely broken. Sony has yet to mention anything about this, but Square Enix is the one that did put out the statement. And on top of that, it does seem like issues are coming up with a couple of other games. Star Wars Outlaws, No Man's Sky, Death Stranding, as some of the ones that are noted with the latest system software update, which was a sizable update, adding the Welcome Hub and new features rolling out for PlayStation 5, but unfortunately, not a great time when you're also breaking games, as is the case with Final Fantasy 16. And the clip that I saw, it's an absolute disaster. I'm actually going to jump back into Final Fantasy 16, going to play through the PC version. I'm maybe saying I'm going to play through the whole thing again is a little bit of a stretch, but I will play a little bit of it. It's just, right now, you're talking FF16 to go alongside all of these other games coming out. I'm really excited for Disney's Epic Mickey Rebrush. Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster, gotta play that. So I'm trying to play all the major releases this year, and it's a little bit of a struggle during this time. Warhammer Space Marine 2, finished up with that, of course. That was a fairly short game. But, yeah, jumping back into Final Fantasy 16 right now might be a little bit of a struggle. And before you know it, Metaphor and Dragon Ball Sparking Zero are gonna be here. So quite the rollout of a lot of games. But as far as FF16's PlayStation 5 version goes, hopefully that gets remedied here shortly. Alright, moving on from that, one of 2024's biggest games was Dragon's Dogma 2, but also, from the people that I talked to, Dogma 2 was also one of the most divisive games of the year. It will be PlayStation 5 Pro enhanced, and maybe for you, there's a reason to check out the game, as Dragon's Dogma 2 has now added a casual mode update. I know people are gonna have a myriad of thoughts about adding an easier mode to a game, but you know, we'll talk about it. A lot of updates and fixes, so let's just run through a lot of it. I'm not going to go over everything because this is an absolutely gargantuan update for the game. So, right off the top, you have added a casual mode. This means reduced inn fees for staying at an inn, reduced price of fairy stones, more difficult for weight carried to become heavy or very heavy, less stamina expended when dashing outside of battle, loss gauge will not increase when selecting load from last save after the Arisen dies, pawns will recover from Dragon's Plague without a devastating calamity occurring, even if the symptoms progress to a terminal stage, adding a poor crystal, adding a Sovereign's Crown, Sovereign's Plate, and Sovereign's Greaves to the list of items that can be traded with the Dragon Forge, adding variations to Pawn's idle animations, adding animations for when Pawns and Arisen start dashing, adding animations for when the Arisen is riding on a larger enemy that is flying at high speeds, making it so the main pawn can be revived an infinite number of times at Forgotten Riftstones, adding Polish under display language in the language section of the options menu, further fixes issues around CPU overload in certain situations, which has been a huge issue, reducing frequency of crashes as well. There's a lot of adjustments and refinements made on top of that, but the casual mode is the most notable update. It's not like it's going to make this game incredibly easy or anything like that. It might not even be enough for people to, if you found the difficulty to be an issue. The main complaint I heard with Dogma 2 as far as the accessibility was the traversal in the game. It seemed like a lot of people were not down with that. It's a game that if you want to go into an open world and get lost in, I feel like it's an enjoyable time. For me, it's not a game that I enjoyed that much, but maybe I'll give it another look at some point. I had a buddy that absolutely loved the game, but I also had friends that they couldn't get into it either, and it really does seem to be like one of the most divisive games of the year in terms of the people that like it, absolutely love it, and the people that couldn't get into it, it's just not for them, and it's not a game that they spent a lot of time in. But there you go with that. That update is live right now. Lastly, Darksiders 2 will be getting a free PlayStation 5 upgrade. Had initially read this, and I was a little bit confused on how they were handling it, so here is the rundown. The game will be dropping on October 15th, this upgrade, for $29.99. If you pre-order the Definitive Edition, you'll get it for $15, and if you already own the game on PlayStation 4, you will get a totally free upgrade. So yes, it's a 50% off discount for the pre-order bonus. Initially, I had read it as the upgrade was going to be $15, which I was like, that's way overpriced for an upgrade. Like, this upgrade's kind of nice, don't get me wrong, and we'll go through everything, but $15 for any upgrade is crazy. But this is actually a free upgrade, and then if you do pre-order the game, you'll get it for $15. I still think $15 to buy Darksiders 2 outright is too much, because this game has been on sale for like $5. So like, $15 in my opinion is still too much. $29.99 is way too much, and wait for the game to be like sub $10 and then pick it up, or if it's on sale randomly prior to the release of this, which I doubt it will be, but as a free upgrade, I do think this is going to be worthwhile, and there's quite a lot of sizable additions to it. In terms of visual upgrades and things of that nature, the content's the content. But the upgrade is sizable. This upgraded edition of the beloved action-adventure brings 4K resolution, ray tracing, and enhanced lighting and shadows to harness the power of today's console. If you're playing on PlayStation 5 with a DualSense controller, you'll also get to experience the full impact of haptic feedback, adding extra depth and immersion to every strike as death. The game's loading times have been drastically improved thanks to SSD technology, ensuring a smoother experience overall. The PS5 features include stunning visuals, 4K ray tracing as well, and delivering a vastly improved lighting and shadows, haptic feedback. Each one of Death's attacks and abilities are felt in your hands with the immersive haptic feedback of the DualSense wireless controller. Fast loading Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition takes advantage of fast loading with the ultra high speed SSD. All downloadable content is included and integrated into the game, offering a total playtime of over 30 hours. Reworked and tuned game balancing and loot distribution, improved and reworked level, character, and environmental graphics as well. But yeah, Darksiders is one of those franchises that really didn't pop off as much as it probably deserves, although, you know, back in 2010 when people were calling Darksiders 1 a cross between Legend of Zelda and God of War, I just thought that was too high of expectations to set for a game like this. Darksiders is enjoyable, 1 and 2 in particular. 3 was not that great, it was okay, but 1 and 2 in particular are really good, and hopefully we do get another mainline Darksiders game at some point, but for now, on October the 15th, you will get a free upgrade for Darksiders 2. And that'll do it for me. Again, Final Fantasy 16 currently absolutely broken on PlayStation 5. Hopefully they get that remedied here soon. So it might be a reason to revisit that. It's not gonna make the game incredibly easy or anything like that, but it might be some updates that make you want to revisit the game. And Darksiders 2, getting a PlayStation 5 upgrade, a little bit too highly priced in my opinion, but your opinion might vary on that. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thank you for watching. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section below, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.